Alright guys, the stream is going hot right now. We're going to be doing a surprise stream for tonight. I was going to do a video, but unfortunately, or rather fortunately for you guys, I decided to instead do this stream, which is going to be my New York Comic Con reveals part 2, which is my 2019 stream. Let me take off my sound here so you don't bing on you. Hopefully I get the alerts to you guys soon. Drink for tonight, we're doing some Cherry 7-Up. Want to do a little clean tonight, doing a little bit something different. Hopefully you guys get my alert. I just shut out the starting of the stream. It's going to be an hour-long stream tonight. We're going to be talking about stuff for New York Comic Con 2019 Part 2. Very similar to my one I did for my Part 1 video. I was going to do this stream rather, I was going to do it next Monday. That was my original goal. But I figured if I give it another 3 more days or so, it really won't be that bad. Because coming up next week, I believe it's going to be, it's going to be next week. Not this week, but next week is not only New York Comic Con 2019, which will be, I believe it kicks off on Thursday, but I think the reveals are happening on Friday, I believe. And Triple Force Friday, which is the big Star Wars release. We'll talk a little bit about the images for that as well. Hopefully you guys join me in the stream tonight. Hopefully the alerts went out. I'm not seeing anything yet coming to my side, so I'm assuming they're probably running a little late on the alert. So hopefully you guys join me into the stream tonight. Hopefully you guys get something. Oh, there it is. It finally popped in. Woohoo! There we go. Make sure it looks good on the thumbnail, because I kind of did it under... I put it up last week. I just didn't have a chance to take a look at it. Looks perfect. Awesome. Hopefully you guys come into the stream tonight and enjoy it. We're going to do an hour-long stream. Again, we're doing a little bit of Cherry 7-Up tonight. So we're going to be talking about a couple things first before I do the stream. I had a video that I was going to be doing tonight. Hopefully you can hear me okay in the stream as well. I'll move my mic a little bit closer. Hopefully there's no issues with the camera. I saw it acting a little wonky, and my little side monitor I used was having little issues earlier. I had to kind of scramble really quick to get it hooked up. So I had a video that I was going to be planning to do today, and I decided to put it on hold until next week. Well, probably it's going to be most likely on Tuesday, so I'm going to be doing it. I picked this guy up about 2 to 3 weeks ago. It's going to be a full review of the Dawnbreaker Batman. This is the Diamond Select Gallery Edition here of Dawnbreaker. This is a PVC statue. This will be fully reviewed. It's a very cool looking statue. It is the amalgamation of both Green Lantern and Batman as part of the Dark Knight Metal series. I'll go into a full analysis of kind of what it means, how Dawnbreaker came along, that sort of thing. So you kind of get an idea of what's going on with it. Please let me know if it's okay in the chat, guys. Again, I cannot hear myself talking, so I don't know if it's good or not. So, that was the stream. That was going to be the video for today, which of course was the Dawnbreaker, which I was going to do this video. It's going to be next week. But because next week is going to be packed, probably with at least one toy hunt, I haven't decided if I'm going to take the day, the day off of work yet or not. I'm not entirely sure. Mainly because I don't know all of the locations of where these products will be happening for Funko. And the thing to take out of this stream is not only where things are going to be located, but where things are not going to be located, and more importantly, why haven't they been released yet for their locations? And then we'll talk about that in short. So give me a second here. We're going to be dropping links into the chat that I do very similar. We're going to be talking about the where the things are, what websites I got this information from. I scoured the internet trying to find information. I found as much as I could. More importantly, as I mentioned before, you want to find stuff out, or understand things, is what I didn't find. And we'll talk about that again shortly. So, if you didn't come into the stream tonight, if you didn't come into the chat, that's not a problem. You can always watch this on video on demand if you want to go along in that route, because this is kind of, like I said, spur of the moment. People probably weren't expecting it, so I wanted to kind of just drop this on you guys, because I always put a stream out every once in a while. I figured tonight would be a good night. As I mentioned, doing it on Monday, 3 more days, I don't think it really would have made that much more of a difference, because I think everything that's been revealed and spoiled so far has been revealed and spoiled. I don't think they're holding anything back right now, except a couple locations where these products are. So first thing is first, we're going to go to the location that I talk about a lot, and I use them all the time. And we're going to go to this link right here. Cardboard Connection is where I go to get these kind of hints and spoilers. So I'm going to make a switch real quick here. So I'm going to move my computer over to this window right there. And I'm going to move my stuff over here and prep it so I can make this switch over. because I mentioned before, you have to have two monitors for this kind of thing to work. Without two monitors, it gives you a very, very weird image, and it doesn't look right. So I'm going to switch it over right now. You see my screen kind of getting a little bit caught. Let me move it back a little bit here. There we go. And move it down. Perfect. Let's see if anybody's in the chat tonight besides me. Just like me. Okay, that's fine. All right, so here is the switch over. I'm going to make the adjustment now to my other window. Perfect. And here's my chat right here. I'm going to move it over a little bit more. I'll move the chat over a little bit so we can get it hooked up. If I can get it, leave that there. There we go. Move the chat over a little bit and move my window over here to cover it. Perfect. Okay. So this, again, is the link I just provided. I'll provide it one more time in case you might have missed that. It's in the chat, so you should be able to see this. So here are the reveals for everything that we know so far for Funko. Again, we're doing some 7-Up, Cherry 7-Up tonight. So we're going to have here, starting at the bottom, we're going to pass where they're going to be showing up at. So I talked about these on the last stream, but I figured I'd just recap this right now for you guys. So we have here the 2001 Space Odyssey, Dr. Frank Poole, glowing. It looks like it looks like it's glowing dark. But I'm not entirely sure there. We have Pop Ad Icons, the Pez Mimic Monkey in red overalls. I think that was new. I think this wasn't in the last stream. This guy right here. We have the blonde Pez girl right here, holding a little Pez dispenser. We have pop artist Keith Haring. And we also have John McCall Basquiat. I'm not sure who that guy is. We have the Cabbage Man and Cart from Pop Avatar. We have Avengers Endgame Iron Man. This one looks very, very good. I like that Avengers Iron Man right here. I love the gauntlet. It doesn't have it listed here, but I believe this is an Amazon exclusive right here. I believe it's Amazon only. We have the Pop Babe Ruth. Back to the Future, Marty McFly in a spacesuit as playing Darth Vader in his Live Long and Prosper symbol, which I think is great. Pop Borderlands, the Butt Stallion. We saw that one last week, or when I did the last New York Comic Con video. We have Pop Community Britta right there. We have Pop Daria. Looks like Daria from the old cartoon. This guy still has not been spoiled yet. The pink chrome Batman. This mold has been reused to death now. It's sort of like the new Batman mold. They changed the Batman mold several times, but this is one that they seem to be using a lot now. If you notice right here, I'll move it down a little bit. It's limited to 1,500 pieces. I don't know what to make of that. I'm assuming it's going to make the window a little smaller here. Perfect. There you go. Made it a little smaller. I'm assuming it's going to be just limited to the convention. I don't think... They're probably not going to be doing it for, like, the Funko shop, I would assume. It does have the black packaging, which is part of the Batman 80th anniversary. That's what this black packaging is all about. We have the Huntress right here. I do like that sculpt. We have the Pop Disney Donald Duck Firefighter, which I don't think we had that one last time. I don't believe so. And this one we didn't have either. It's the Matterhorn Bobsled Mickey, limited to 1,500 pieces as well. I would assume it would have the sticker similar to this one on it right here on the packaging. I'm not sure why they didn't have the sticker there. We have Pop Doctor Who Shazam. We have some more DBZ stuff. They always put DBZ stuff in for both San Diego Comic Con and New York Comic Con. We have Vegeta Final Flash, which looks good. We have Piccolo in the Lotus position, floating there. He comes with a floating figure stand right there. Fade Rutha, which is from the Pop Dune series, that was the character for Sting in the old TV show. It was, I think, it might have been a 3-day episode, 3-day long series for Dune. It was on, I think, Sci-Fi a long, long time ago. We have Pop Fortnite Dark Voyager glow in the dark version. We have the Freddy Funko New York PD Officer Freddy, which looks okay. We have from Game of Thrones Melisandre, which again has the New York Comic Con logo. We have another Stan Lee as the cameo astronaut, which looks good. We have another Pop HR Puffnstuff Clang from Toy Tokyo this time, in both the green outfit, the red outfit. Also a Witchy Poo from Toy Tokyo. We have Argus Filch with Miss Norris from Harry Potter. Another Harry Potter, we have Madame Maxime, 6-inch Pop, which looks okay. We have a Hello Kitty. I don't think that was in the last one we did. This is known as Lady Liberty Hello Kitty, which would probably be, I would assume, probably done as a paint variant to death. I would make the assumption. We have Edgar Allan Poe with a book. It does look like Edgar Allan Poe. I mean, they did a good job being a Funko item. It does look good. We have the Blunt Man and Chronic 2-pack, which is something I might get my hands on. Of course, it's the Jay and Silent Bob logo right there. They always use that as their that's their logo, Jay and Silent Bob, which is Jay with the picture, and they have Silent Bob with the picture. So it's based off the new. They're putting this out now because of the new the new sort of they're doing a remake of the Jay and Silent Bob movie, and they're just doing a remake of it, like a reversion of it, like a new updated version of it. They do look good as their alter ego counterparts. We have Killer Clowns from Outer Space, number 822. This is the Slim version, as the name listed right there, Slim, right there. We have, of course, Captain Marvel or Marvel first appearance. If you're not familiar, this is, of course, featuring the 80th anniversary. The original Captain Marvel character from Marvel, if you're not aware, was a man, not a woman. And then they made it as this Captain Marvel right here, which is her first appearance, how she normally looked as well. We have Nick Fury, another 80th anniversary. This is how he looks in the comics. He's not Samuel L. Jackson. He's a white guy, not a black guy. He was done as a black guy because of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We have the Hero Killer Stain right there, which looks good. Like how he looks. Hey, OG, thanks for coming into the chat tonight, my friend. We're talking New York Comic Con 2019. Some of the reveals, some of the stuff I've dug up. And, of course, Triple Force Friday. We'll talk a little bit about that as well, which is on the same damn day. Why they did that? I don't know. That's crazy talk. We have Pop Heroes Academia stuff here. We have, I think I said Stain right there. Hero Killer Stain. And then you have this one, Dobby, which I know nothing about My Hero Academia at all. We have some Biohazard stuff from Overwatch, which is the Wrecking Ball in his Biohazard color. I've seen this same pop at GameStop in just a different paint variant. Same looking guy with a little mouse driver, but a different color scheme. Then I have a Shrimp and Rick Morty, two, I think, single items. This them as shrimp characters. I don't know the running gag in Rick and Morty. I think what I heard, it was originally concept artwork, and they never did the full, I guess, character in the show, but I could be wrong on that. I don't know. We have Debbie Harry Blondie, which this one's going to be probably... I can see this one selling out pretty quickly. Usually the music pops or rock pops or even rap pops usually get commanding a high price point of secondary market. This might be a buy for me because I watched, except for the new season came out for Samurai Jack, I watched a lot of the old Samurai Jack cartoons on Cartoon Network. It was a really cool cartoon back in the day. I think they look good. I like it as being a 2-pack, so you got Ku and Samurai Jack. I think that's very, very nice. Stranger Things, we have Susie right there. If you haven't seen this, the third season of Stranger Things, that's where she makes her appearance. We have the 2-pack Green Hornet and Kato. This is a definite buy for me. This one right here. The Dwight from Office with the Dwight bobblehead. We'll talk about this one in a second because, unfortunately, he doesn't have a listing of where he's going to be his shared exclusive. Nobody knows where he's going to be. I don't know. My gut is probably, if I was a betting man, it would probably be Hot Topic. I'd probably say Hot Topic with that, but don't hold me to it. Don't quote me on that. My guess is Hot Topic. And I do love the outfit, especially the one where he's holding himself, because I believe this outfit here is the same outfit as his original Pop. Now, it would be very, very cool if they made the head a bobblehead. That would be even cooler. I don't know if they're going to do that. I have no clue, but I think that would be a perfect touch. I think that would be an awesome idea. Next, we have the Pop Simpson Treehouse of Horror, 824 Groundskeeper Willie. Last week, we couldn't look at Mr. Burns as the Vampire Burns because this image was broken when we tried viewing it a couple weeks ago. Then you have the Pop Toy Story Benson Ventriloquist and the Dummy. And we'll look at where everything's been released so far as the recording of this website, where it has documented information. It's pretty accurate so far. We have this, I believe, is an 11-inch pop. This Pop Town here from Up, where you have the little bird and you have the house with the balloons. I think it's 11 inches in scale. Then we have Warriors, Baseball Fury, Furies, comma, or backslash, Baseball Fury, Toy Tokyo. It looks good. Looks good. I never saw Warriors, so I'm not entirely sure if it's accurate to the movie or not. Oh, you have Wacky Racers. We have Clyde. Of course, we have to have a Wacky Racers because that's what Funko does. Then we have another Wacky Racers, Professor Pat Pending, right there. Looks okay. Then we have this one. I think a lot of people might want this one because this is the Dark Phoenix Orange translucent version. One thing that's kind of cool. If you notice, the bottom of the pop is a much oranger color, and it's sort of a paint variant gradient that goes up the figure. I think that's very cool. I do like that shirt. Will I buy it? Probably not. I'm not a big Dark Phoenix fan. I know the story, I know the history, I know what it's all about, but I'm not a big fan of it. Then we have, of course, the New York Comic Con Pigeons exclusive. This is the red one, which has New York Comic Con right there. You have a black one. The only difference is the mask and the shirt. And, of course, the pants. The outfit basically changes, but the mold is the same. You have the pinstripe jersey one here for New York Comic Con, which is Polly Pigeon pinstripe. What the piece count is, I don't know on that. We have the Freddy Funko as Ron English right here, Toy Tokyo. Piece counted to 1,000. Very short print run on that one. Then we have the 5-star figures, which of course are not pops. They have articulation and accessories. This is Scott Pilgrim, of course. We have Scott Pilgrim. Then you have Knives Cha, which I never saw. I never saw Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Ramona Flowers, which of course is based on a comic. And here's the checklist. So let's go through the checklist real quick. Let me go back to the top of the screen here. And we'll look at where everything so far listed as. So here's the price points, if you were curious. The normal pops are going to be 15 bucks. The 6-inch pops are going to be 25. The 2-packs will be 30. If there was any 3-packs, they would be 35. Rides would be 40. Pop Towns would be 50. So that Pop Town that we saw for Up, that 11-inch house with the little bird, will be $50. And the Pop T, which would be the Dark Phoenix, would be 20. And the vinyl figures would be 20. So here's the so far as of this will be made available on October 3rd of the shared exclusive list. Before that date, this is what they have currently so far listed on Amazon. We have Avengers Endgame Iron Man, which I mentioned already, and you have the Toy Story Benson dummy. For Barnes and Nobles, you have the Pop artist Keith Haring, Disney's Donald Duck fireman, Massandre. Harry Potter, Argus Filch with Miss Norris. You have the 2-pack for Green Hornet and Kato. That's at Barnes & Noble. Books A Million only gets one pop this year so far, which is the Edgar Allan Poe. Box Lunch gets the Kevin with the Up one. So Box Lunch is going to get that really big, tall movie town pop. It's going to be 50 bucks for that one. Excuse me. FYE is going to be getting the 2-pack of Jane Silent Bob, Bluntman and Chronic, the Debbie Harry Blondie pop, and the Mr. Burns pop at FYE. This one I'll probably wind up getting. The GameStop's going to be getting a ton of stuff. They get Cabbage Man in the cart. They get the Butch Down. They get Daria. They get Piccolo in Lotus Position. They get the Killer Clown, Nick Fury. They get the Hero Killer Stain from My Hero Academia, which is very. You would think they would get it because they have a lot of My Hero Academia stuff exclusive anyway. Stranger Things Susie, and they're going to be getting the Dark Phoenix shirt and pop 2-pack. New York Comic Con. There's going to be Hot Topic stuff. Is going to be DC Superheroes for Huntress. Yeah, I like the Edgar Allan Poe OMG and the Slim. I'm assuming they're going to be making more of the Killer Clowns. I would make the assumption. I don't know if I don't know if that's the very first one they've made in the line of the Killer Clown stuff, but it's very, very much a throwback. I'm surprised they haven't did Attack of the Killer Tomatoes yet. So I'm very surprised they didn't do that. Very campy, very corny horror movies. We have Dabby, we have Shrimp Rick and Shrimp Morty, which again will be two different ones at Hot Topic. And we're going to have the Treehouse Groundskeeper Willie. Target's going to have Dark Voyager, Fortnite, and a Hello Kitty. Toy Tokyo will have Clang Clang, Witchy Poo, which is HR Puffin stuff. The Baseball Fury, and Ron English, Freddy Funko. New York, Walgreens will get one, which is the Captain Marvel. And they'll be getting the Stan Lee cameo. That's the current release schedule that I have of everything that's listed here. Again, we don't know about Dwight coming out for Office. That has not been released yet. We don't know where he's going to be. It's one of the ones I'm going to get. So my personal pick, I want to get the Bluntman and Chronic one, 2-pack, absolutely. And I want to get the Dwight one, absolutely. Those are the two I really want out of all these pops that I'm seeing currently listed. Nothing else really kind of says I have to buy this. Again, we're doing some Cherry 7-Up tonight, guys. And maybe the Avengers Endgame Tony Stark when he has the gauntlet in his hand where he's not beat up. If you just came into the chat late, we're talking about this one right here. I do like the pose. I do think the gauntlet looks very, very good. I don't know how this would have looked with a helmeted version of Tony Stark. I think it looks a lot. I think having him unhelmeted, I think looks better than being helmeted. But I think because the way they made this sculpt look and the gauntlet looks very, very good. It has sort of a silver shimmer to it. If you look down at the pop, it has a lot of shine on it. I like the way it looks. One thing I think I might have been OMG talked about in the last chat was the action figures. That's one thing I want to talk about is action figures tonight. A company that I don't talk a lot about, mainly because I had very bad stands with them when it came to the quality control, and that was NECA. NECA's putting out a lot of stuff. Unfortunately, one of the items I wanted was pre-ordered and sold out quickly. I'm going to switch over to NECA's site here, and we're going to kind of move this over here so you can see what it would look like. Of course, this is Batman and a Joker alien. I'm going to kind of pull a picture up here so we can see them kind of both in the shot right here. Hopefully you can see it. That looks very good. That is a Joker alien, meaning they took the Joker character, made him all white, and gave him a green dome and a red mouth. I think that looks very, very cool. I love how that looks. Very cool idea. Get out of here. Hold on, let me go screen bigger here. Let me kill my... Oh, right there. There we go. Go back down here and move this over here now so I can get back into the frame. Put it that way. There we go. Excuse me. Right there. It looks good. It looks very, very good. It is a 2-pack. Of course, it's based on the 1997 comic that came out. It was Batman versus Aliens. They had a crossover, kind of, sort of. This is the one that I want right here. And I'll kind of bring it back into the shot a little bit so you can see. Your eyes are not deceiving you. That is a Sinestro Predator and Hal Jordan. Your eyes are not deceiving you. That's exactly what it looks like. I would kill for this 2-pack. And what they did was very cool. They made it with an interchangeable Jon Stewart head. So you can build 2 characters out of this. And he comes with a really cool set of accessories. He comes with this firing blast effect. He has a normal ring finger here. This little energy burst attaches to, I believe, it plugs into the ring, I believe. This is, I think, a normal gloved hand. You have a nice little starburst effect over here in the corner. And you have a really cool version of the lantern. Love the way it looks. Looks very, very cool. They did a lot of cool stuff there. Here's that blast effect that's being used. It just looks very, very cool. I mean, check that out. That just looks... I mean, we've never had a construct for all of the figures that I currently own for Green Lantern with this sort of effect. We've gotten constructs before, but nothing like physically shooting out of the ring for an extended period of distance. We don't have that. And I think that's very, very cool that we got something like that. And of course, you can make the Jon Stewart character. You can build Jon. It's a good-looking head sculpt. I like the way it looks. The big problem I have with this, and the only problem I have with this, besides being extremely rare and hard to find, I'm going to move my little picture over here, get it out of the way for you guys, so you can see stuff. There we go. The biggest issue I have is the cost. This is $150 US. It is extremely, extremely expensive. My personal point on this, it's not worth the money. If it was worth, if they charged $75 for this, absolutely it'd be a buy. Absolutely. They did a great version of Hal here. He just looks so good. I mean, look at that. Look at that head sculpt. That's an awesome head sculpt. It looks, and here's the energy effect plugged into the ring I was talking about. Looks very, very good. They did a very good job on this. The Predator looks even cooler. Because I don't know if you kind of saw here. I'm going to bring up the Predator again for you real fast. If you look over here, guys, kind of, hopefully I can move my camera. There we go. Kind of put the other screen in place. Didn't want to do that. If you look over here, there's another head sculpt. So you can build 2 Predators out of this box. You can have a masked Predator and an unmasked Predator. Because there was an issue of the Sinestro, I think it was part of the Sinestro Corps War. There was a Predator in a Sinestro Corps outfit in that comic. They did do that. This one looks very cool with the bladed weapon out. Again, the craftsmanship, I've never bashed NECA when it came to way things look. They look absolutely phenomenal. The problem I have is the quality control, where things are broken or not attached properly or fall apart. That's the issue I have. Sometimes even sloppy paint. That's the biggest problem I have with NECA. Their stuff looks gorgeous. Very pricey, but gorgeous. I mean, look at this one right here. This one looks super cool. Look at that. That just looks awesome. I'm assuming he has some type of gun that goes across his back. I know that his backpack where his plasma caster is, that's a construct. His spear is a construct. I don't know if I have a good shot of it with his. There's his glove out. Let's bring it a little bigger so you can see it. I don't think they make that picture bigger for whatever reason. Hold on, let me see if I can get a shot of it. Okay, here's a good shot. Here we go. So as I mentioned, his backpack right here. All Predators have a backpack that hooks in where the cannon from the Predator movies would be over their shoulder. So you have the plasma caster right here, this piece right here. I'm assuming it would be articulated where it would be able to pull down, I would assume. But again, I don't have this figure in hand. I can't tell you anything about it based on what I see for the stock images. But it does look good. Love the way it looks. Pull that back up. But yeah, again, it was based off a 2008 story arc. Right here, it was, I believe, an issue part of the Sinestro Corps. It was a Yaja. They had it in the comic. Move it over here so you can see kind of what I'm talking about. 7-inch scale, burst effects, interchangeable hand. Predator features 2 heads, detachable backpack, interchangeable hand, sword, spear, and more. I love the way it looks. I don't agree why the price is so pricey. Then they had, I don't know if it's listed on this one, but they have an armored Batman version as well. I don't think it's listed here based on the website that I pulled this from, which is NECA's site itself. But that's that. Now let's take a look at something else here. Let me kill this. Boom. We had that, we had this, and then we have this over here. One thing they're going to be doing on October 4th is Triple Force Friday. Now, when we did Force Friday before, for every time there was a Star Wars movie, they had a Force Friday thing that would happen, where all the new cool merchandise would come out, and that was a way to kind of jumpstart the whole collector craze for the next round of big products for the next IP, the next Star Wars movie, in this case, Rise of the Skywalker. They're doing it, though, on October 4th, which to me is a problem. Excuse me, because we have New York Comic Con that same day, or that same weekend. It's going to be extremely busy at most of your big box retailers. the big takeaway here is that since there's no more Toys R Us, excuse me again, since there's no Toys R Us, that was the place that a lot of people would normally go to for these big events at midnight. I checked. I did a lot of checks from Reddit groups. I checked a lot of stores. Target's going to be doing a Force Friday, but they're going to be doing it on literally not on midnight on Thursday for Friday. They're doing it when the store opens. It's going to be when that product's going to be on the floor. So you can technically get there before you go to work and pick stuff up, but they won't have it at midnight, which I think is okay-ish, but it was sort of an event to go to. It was very, very cool to meet up with your buddies, meet up with other YouTubers, meet up with your friends there, to these midnight releases. But since Toys R Us is gone now, and I don't believe Walmart's doing it, I know Target's not doing it, I can tell you that 100%. They're not doing that. Let's take a look at what they're doing for Force Friday, which is a little bit different as opposed to last year's Force Friday, at least from what I'm seeing, is that they're doing different packaging. Let me move this over so you can see kind of what it would look like here, guys. Hold on, I went off the screen. Nope, hold on. 1 second here. There we go. Nope, hold on. Hold the phone. Get my thing back. There it is. If you notice here, they're doing something a little bit different. Hopefully I can pull up the image. We'll try to get to it. Okay, so here we go. This website, if you're curious, where I'm pulling this information, because I always disclose that stuff with you guys, hold on, is, let me get it right here. That's the website I'm looking at right now. And we'll come back here, and we'll come here. So, what they're doing is something a little bit new here. If you notice this box, It's a Black Series box, but it says first edition on it. This is kind of like a first to market sort of thing. These are the first waves of these new Black Series figures. They're going to be identical to when they make the full release. Instead of being a Black Series box, it's this white box instead. So there's going to be a lot more value intrinsically with this because of the packaging, just because of what it is. So if we look down at the list here of the releases, so we're going to have a new Ray with the new droid. It's a D.O. is this droid. It's a big wheel with a neck on it and a little triangular looking head. So imagine like BB-8, even more scaled down with just a big wheel. Instead of being rolling on a ball, it's rolling on one single wheel, like a unicycle. Think of it as like a unicycle. That's really what he is. We have the Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, mind you. We have these new Sith Troopers. This one looks cool. Having a red Stormtrooper will be very cool to have. We have another First Order Stormtrooper with the crowd control baton right there. We have an off-world Jawa, which is a different color scheme from a normal Jawa. The robe is not brown; it's more like a black color. Cal Kestis. If you're not familiar with this character right here, guys, this one, the Cal Kestis character is from the new. I think it's called The Fallen Order or something along those lines. It's a new game coming out. The guy who plays the Joker-esque character for Gotham is the voice actor for that game, and it took his likeness and made it for this figure. I might pick this figure up. I think it looks cool. Cal Kestis is again based off the new cartoon. Then we have the Second Sister Inquisitor right there. And then we have the Mandalorian. This one I'm definitely going to get because it has a Boba Fett feel to him, and it's based off the new Jon Favreau TV show of the Mandalorian itself from Disney. I think Disney Streaming Network's going to have that. So they say, designed to celebrate this moment in time, which marks the end of the Skywalker saga and the end of the current era of movie entertainment, the Black Series will be packaged at launch in limited first edition white packaging. The first edition includes the following figures: the Mandalorian, Supreme Kylo Ren, Sith Trooper, Cal Kestis, Second Sister Inquisitor, Rey, an off-world Jawa, and a First Order Trooper. Standard edition black packaging will follow. Through all characters will retain their numbering regardless of packaging. A point important for inbox collectors. So I'm assuming, I don't know if on the side of the packaging, if they're still going to have their numbering in the series. I know these ones will. Now, take note of this, that we have something called the Black Series Carbonized Collection. I don't know if you're familiar with this. Another first ever release of these new carbonized variants of Black Series figures. They're treated with a sleek metallic finish for premium figures that really stand out in any collection, which they do. We'll look at that shortly. The price $5 higher than their standard edition counterparts at $24.99. So the normal release version will be $19.99. The carbonized collection are being issued as retail exclusive. The figures will include the Sith Trooper will be at Amazon. The First Order Jet Trooper will be Walmart. The Mandalorian will be at Target, and Second Sister Inquisitor will be GameStop. And here's what they look like, guys. The packaging looks completely different. And if you notice, it is a more metallic paint job. If you look at this guy right here, the Mandalorian in this carbonized packaging versus this Mandalorian right here, you can absolutely see a difference in the paint sculpt. It's again, simply a paint variant. That's all it is. You're spending $5 more for the cool packaging and the cool metallic paint. So you have to make yourself a decision and say, hey, do I want to try to get this guy, and do I want to get the one with the cooler paint scheme? Now, I don't know if these are going to be released on Force Friday as well, the carbonized. I don't know that. I can't make that assumption. Rise of the Skywalker stuff. So here's the release. Here's how the Rey's going to look. The Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, and this new character here, I think it's Jannah, which is her, who has a bow. I don't know why someone would whip out a bow when you have blasters and lightsabers. I don't know. I can't give you that explanation. I'm not 100% sure. Just check my phone here real quick. I can't give you that explanation because I don't know. Again, not quite sure why they would do that. But she looks okay. I watched the video on YouTube. You could take a look at it. It's about a 45-minute video where they have a lot of the actors looking at some of these figures that are coming out, Funko stuff. Excuse me. They had Funko stuff that they were talking about. They were showing new Funko items, which look very, very good. That's kind of odd because you would think Force Friday would have the Funko releases kind of as like kind of New York Comic Con stuff here. I'm assuming it might be on this web page, so we'll see what we get when we go down because I've not yet looked at this page. So you're looking at it first eyes on it, which is what I am as well. Then we have the Mandalorian stuff here, which is of course the awful Jawa, and you have the Mandalorian. This character here is I believe a friend of the Mandalorians right here. I can't remember her name off the top of my head. It is Cara Dune, is her right here. She has a tattoo over here of I think the Rebel Alliance right there. I believe I could be wrong now. Then we have the Fallen Order. That's what it's called. You have Cal Kestis right there. Second Sister Inquisitor, and the Purge Stormtrooper, which will be a GameStop exclusive. It looks good. They have typical Stormtrooper gear. He has a long, like a long skirt going on right here. Red trim on it, all black. So he kind of took the Death Trooper, changed the head sculpt a little bit, and put some red on the pauldron and on the side of the skirt. He does come with his droid. In the video game, it looks like he can carry it as like a backpack. He jumps on his back a lot, so I'm assuming, I believe there's articulation where it can collapse up, so I'm assuming he can wield it or hold it on his person. That's it for that. I don't know if there's anything after this or not. I will take a look. Okay, here we go. We have some Lego stuff. So let's talk Lego. One thing I want to take a look at is that. We'll talk about that shortly. Excuse me. So we have some Lego stuff. My favorite ship ever, of course, is the A-Wing. They're making a new A-Wing. I don't know what to really think about it. I like the back. The front looks a little weird to me. The new Y-Wing. So here's the new A-Wing, if you're a Lego fan. It's known as a Resistance Fighter A-Wing. You get two figures. You get Snap Wesley and you get Lieutenant Connix. I guess that's going to be someone important in the new movie. We have of course, Kylo Ren shuttle. The A-Wing price point, we don't have one there. The Kylo Ren shuttle, you get 6 figures. If you were curious, the piece count on the Kylo Ren shuttle is 1,005. The A-Wing is at 269. We have a new Y-Wing, which looks to be a bomber. You have bombs that can come out of it. You have 5 figures. You get Poe, you get Zora Bliss, First Order Stormtrooper, an Astromech droid, and the Dio droid. Then we have this thing called the Pasana Speed Chase, which is, I think, a planet they go to in the new movie. You have Rey, you have a First Order, it's called a Tread Speeder driver. You have a Jet Trooper, and you have BB-8 right there. So it looks like you get this bike as well. It's 373 pieces. The Y-Wing was 578. And then we have a new Falcon. Of course we do. Piece count at 1351. We got Lando, which is going to be very cool. Chewie, C-3PO. We got Poe. We got Finn. I can't see the name of that character there. R2 and the Dio again. We have a new Walker, AT-ST Raider, which is part of the Mandalorian. 540 pieces on that one. We have a small set, which is a Death Star cannon system. They don't even give us a piece count on that one. A Yoda at 1771 for pieces. Great stuff there. Let's see if anything's on the next page here. Oh, here we go. Here's our Pops. So I'm very happy I stumbled across this. So here's what the Funko stuff's going to look like for this. So I'm assuming Force Friday we'll get all this stuff. So if you're into Star Wars and collect Pops, October 4th, there'll be a new set of Pops that are going out. They're going to have Rise of the Skywalker Pops. You have Mandalorian Pops. And Jedi Fallen Order Pops. So we have here the assortment reveal for Lucasfilm Global Reveal Event. Again, drink of choice. We're doing some Cherry 7-Up. It's going to be for the new trilogy. We have Rey, Finn, Kylo Ren as new Supreme Leader, Poe Dameron, and they're going to have many hidden by mass, including Jannah, Sorrel Bliss, a Sith Jet Trooper, and there are 16 characters known so far, and that's not counting variants and retail exclusives. Plus, Lucasfilm says there are going to be more characters revealed and lead up to the Rise of Skywalker movie and beyond. So here's kind of what they look like. I like this new Finn. He looks good. He looks very good. Poe looks good. Lando just looks suave as ever. Colt 45. We have Second Sister. Here's it from the video game The Fallen Order. That was, what was his name again? I keep forgetting his name. That is, I keep losing his name. Why do I keep losing his name? It is... Where the hell is his name at? I keep losing his name. I don't know why. That guy right here. This guy in the corner. Sith Trooper, Rey, Kylo Ren, Finn, Poe, Zora Bliss, which is this character right. She's not even shown here. This might have been. No, that wasn't her. This is the Mandalorian. I don't know why Zora Bliss isn't listed. I thought Zora Bliss was the masked girl. She looks sort of like another Boba Fett character. You have Jannah, you have Rose, Jet Trooper, Lieutenant Connix, First Order Tread Speeder. Then you have the Mandalorian ones. You have there's Cal Kestis is that guy, which is here. That's Cal Kestis right there, which is the guy from Gotham. Um, we have Mandalorian. You have Cara Dune, which is right here. That's Cara Dune right there. Cara Dune. Then we have IG-11, which I don't think we have a picture of him here. Second Sister. They're going to have a set of mini mysteries as well. Let's see if anything's on the next page. Okay, so we're going to have some gaming gear. So you're going to have the Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, which is, here's the figure for the Mattel. You're going to special, I think it's going to be an Xbox 360, I believe. And here's the controller right there. I believe it's a charge controller. So it looks good. Again, it's an Xbox. The side of it has this imaging on it. You have the Fallen Order Special Edition right here. I don't know what to make of it. He's supposed to be another Padawan. I don't know where it falls in the whole story arc of the saga. I don't know where it's going to fall in. Is it going to be before a New Hope? Is it going to be after the Rise of the Skywalker? Is it even like? Is it going to be the Knights of the Old Republic era? Is it going to be way far back? That I don't know yet. I don't know these details. There's going to be a comic going called The Fallen Order Dark Temple to coincide with the video game. This is the Second Sister Inquisitor right there. You have that special Sith Trooper from GameStop we talked about. I don't know if anything else is going to be here or not. We got some more exclusive stuff. So this is going to be from the Disney shop, Disney Park stuff. So if you're going to be going to Disney, probably the Disney store, you'll be able to get this stuff as well. We're going to have some Knights of Ren action going right here. You're going to have all the main heroes. You're going to have a magic band. So I'm assuming this is going to be at Disney. This is Disney Park. Know that magic band is the key to getting to the kingdom. These limited edition versions bring the flavor of the galaxy far, far away at basically Walt Disney and Walt Disneyland. So when you're going to the park, I'm assuming you need this special band to get in. Also, we have this very cool looking Poe Dameron die-cast replica X-Wing. It looks sort of like Sunstorm from Transformers in this yellow and white deco. Looks good. This is, of course, a Sith Trooper costume. I think that might be it. No, we got more. We got some more stuff here from Hasbro. This has been updated today. Triple Force Friday, Hasbro Star Wars, a vintage collection, Galaxy of Adventure, and more revealed. So we're going to have some new stuff here. We're going to have that Walker, the ATST right here, with this new color scheme, which looks nice. We also have here vintage collection, Poe Dameron X-Wing Fighter, which is probably what we just looked at, and a Luke Skywalker Red 5 X-Wing. So they're kind of doing the packaging how they would have done it, like this one here, just decoed up for Poe this time. Just in a different color scheme. Looks good. We have stuff from the vintage collection. This is the character I was talking about over here. Looks sort of like a Boba Fett. Looks more like a comic book hero than anything else. In a 3 3/4 inch scale. Red Trooper, a new Rey, a Knights of Ren, and a new Luke. A special Gold Series 3-pack. We have BB-8, 3PO, and R2. You have this new line of figures called the Star Wars Galaxy of Adventure 5-inch figures, which looks okay. This right here is the I guess Force action lightsabers, a new type of mask. They have something here called Force FX Elite Series. I'm assuming this is probably going to fall under the Black Series umbrella. I would assume, yeah, it does, because you can see it right here. It says Black Series at the top. So they call this an Elite Series. I don't know what makes it elite. I'm not sure what makes it important. It's not listed here. It says here Hasbro has role-play gear special for Jedi or Sith from the Collector Focus Force FX Elite Lightsaber and Force Rage Kylo Ren mask to new lightsaber assortment packed with special features. So I don't know what makes it. There we go, in frame. Elite. I don't know. This might be their next wave of being the interchangeable blade where you can pop it out. I don't know. I can't make that assumption because I don't know what the additional tag of Elite would mean. So I don't know what that's all about. Anything else here? Let's take a look. Nope, and that's it, because let me get something else here. So let me switch back to my screen real quick here. This is going to look weird. And I'm going to bring this back over here, and we're going to move this over here. Give me a second here to switch everything back to normal. I'm alive. Hopefully the stream is still going. I'm assuming it is. Take a look here. Hold on. Yoink. We come over here to look here, make sure the stream didn't die on me. Yeah, it looks like it's okay. I want to come back over here real fast. Perfect. Yep, everything's good. Phil Pop. The problem is when I do this sort of stream, I have another monitor I look at, and when I do one of these sort of deals, it's kind of difficult at times trying to work the camera stuff. No, not a premiere stuff. It's a it was part of the New York Comic Con releases, but because New York Comic Con and Triple Force Friday is on the same identical day, I figured I'd put it all together in one stream. Hopefully you can hear me well. Again, another kind of weakness to the stream is I can't hear myself talking, so I basically ask you guys in the stream, in the chat, hopefully it sounds okay. So the biggest takeaway that we have here is one last piece that we have to talk about, and that's something I can't show you because unfortunately Hasbro and Mattel, when it comes down to Marvel Legends, DC Collectibles, anything else from Hasbro Mattel side. Yeah, it could be a computer. I have my mic next to me here, so hopefully you can see it in frame. The biggest takeaway is that the information is kind of under lock and key right now. Short of that Triple Force Friday stuff, which I think debuted either yesterday or today. I think because most of the stuff was today's listed on that website. The biggest problem we had was there's no Mattel reveals, there's no Hasbro reveals, short of the Star Wars stuff. So I don't know why they haven't dropped it. There's been no spoilers, no nothing. Very, very quiet this year for some weird reason for New York Comic Con. Even the Transformers stuff is under lock and key. I know they're going to have special panels. They're going to be talking about, I think, the next War Cybertron, their next wave, is going to be talking about in New York Comic Con next week. I'm going to be doing some toy hunting, hopefully. I don't do a whole lot of Lego stuff. I think, as far as Lego goes, I did, I think, 3 little Lego projects on the channel. That's all I've ever done. It was something I kind of picked up as a goof, and not a lot of people liked it. It wasn't a big thing. Much like Transformers, if I was to put together a construction project like a Lego thing, I would probably do it with showing the packaging, build it, and then show the final construction. I don't think you'd want to watch a speed lap version and be trying to put it together. I'd probably have to be going through days of a build to put it together. Hopefully I don't have a lot of latency here. 1 second. Perfect. We had a little lag there, a little lag spike. Mattel's construction division. I don't know much about it, Phil Pop, to be quite honest. There was a Lego set I wanted to get a couple years ago. I wanted to get the Big Bang Theory little room that came out. I wanted that one. I wanted the Lantern and Sinestro little 2-pack, and it had like a little power battery chamber. I wanted that one. I never picked it up. I want to definitely get my hands on an A-Wing because it's one of my favorite ships in Star Wars. I wanted that one. Those are kind of the 3 that I really wanted to get my hands on, but unfortunately I was not able to. I have a Ninjago. I picked up the big green dragon. I never put it together. It's a massive. I mean, it's like the dragon's like, foot and a half. It's a massive dragon. Never built it. Have it sitting literally in the box still. I never opened it. Never got around to it. Me and my girl were trying to decide when to put it together. We never got around to it yet, unfortunately. I have no issues with Lego. I think Lego is sort of the building blocks, the gateway drug to makers, people who are who like constructing and building stuff. That's sort of like your gateway drug into that. If you really like Star Wars, you should look into Bandai's model kits. Oh, I do know about the Bandai model kits. I have seen them. I don't know how good they are. Since they're Bandai, they have a Japanese motif to it. So if you spin the box over, you see all Japanese writing on the back, because of course they come from Bandai. I don't know how good they are per se. I don't know how screen accurate they would be. Because most of, if you look at, especially if you watch anything for Adam Savage, he did a lot of work from Industrial Lights and Magic with with Star Wars Episode 1 and 2. He was on those building the ships and things like that. A lot of those ships you see, like the Millennium Falcon, the Y-wing, there's a lot of kit bashing. If you're not familiar with kit bashing, is you take pre-existing model kits and you basically rip parts out of that and put it together to build your ship. So you construct your ship any way you need to, but for as far as the detail and the washing and how you want it to appear on camera, you do what's called kit bashing. That's the idea behind it. Yeah, I would doubt it. I've seen them on the shelves. I saw a lot of their stuff. I don't know what scale they're in. But if I was to buy any of them, it would be an A-wing, absolutely. I don't know why. I can't really say why I like the A-wing so much. I just like the form factor. I like the way it looks. It just looks very, very cool. I think, Phil, you came in late to the stream, but next week's review is going to be this bad boy. We're going to be doing Dawnbreaker Batman. This is a Diamond Select from the Gallery line. This is the one that's going to be reviewed come next week. It's a 9-inch statue made of PVC. Extremely durable, extremely cost efficient, cost effective. It's only, if you're going to ask how much a statue like this would cost, this is $45. This is a $45 statue. Yes, it's no sideshow collectible. Yes, we do know that. It's not a $300 statue. There's no interchangeable parts. But that is an awesome statue. It's the second statue I've ever gotten from Diamond Select. I have the Batman Who Laughs from the Dark Knight Metal series. That one's going to be reviewed. I was going to do it tonight, but I decided to do this stream. Streams happen sporadically. Phil Pop, I think you're kind of new to my channel. Thanks for watching, supporting me. If you know people who are in the geek community, definitely have them take a look at my stuff. Yeah, I do. When I do my reviews, if you haven't watched my reviews, you can take a look at the review I did for the Batman Who Laughs. It's going to be done very similar when I do this review. I talk a bit about the character's history. I talk about where the character came from, their origin, and then I'll go into the statue. I review it with up-close shots of it. I talk about, much like I talk about everything, I talk good, bad, and indifferent. I'm very honest when I do my reviews. I'm very, very transparent with my audience. I tell them why things are good and why things are bad. I'm not sponsored by anybody. No one's pulling my strings, so to speak. It's not a sponsored deal. It's what I think is about this particular item. So when I do this review, it's going to be an honest review about this statue. I'm not going to bullcrap or pull someone or poo-poo on something just because I bought it. I did reviews. I've taken videos down because I did reviews and I had issues with NECA. NECA I have tons of problems with. I've talked about it before in the past. The issues with NECA to me is unexcusable with the quality control. I hate having issues with them. I'm very passionate about everything I do. The Rook you see here is the Rook that you see outside off the camera. When I find stuff in the stores, if you're watching my toy hunting videos, I'm very energetic when I find stuff. I'm very, very happy. A little bit more happy animated on camera, but I'm very happy when I find stuff in the wild. Toy hunts, I haven't did one since, I think, San Diego Comic-Con was the last toy hunt I did. I could have did a toy hunt for this, but the problem is I got this at GameStop. And GameStop has an embargo. If you will see anybody shooting a lot of video in GameStop, usually they're doing it because they know somebody, or they're kind of sneaking the video, because GameStop is adamant to prevent people from recording stuff. For two reasons. They don't want their planograms to be leaked on the internet, and two, they're worried about security. Think that you'll break into their store because you'll know where their cameras are. That's the reason why they prevent you from shooting video. If you're curious why that happens, those are the two reasons why. But as far as Force Friday, I haven't decided if I'm going to take the day off yet. I might do it. I have to go. If I do that, I have to go. I want to pick up, as I mentioned before, some of those items at Force Friday. Yeah, I did that one. That one was pretty good. Oh, cool, dude. Awesome, man. It's cool that you work for a toy company. Too bad you're not working for the Four Horsemen. Four Horsemen Studios. Love to get my hands on some of their stuff. I did a review on their Gothotropolis Raven figure. I had to do it twice because that was my first action figure review, and it was a horrible review. I did it on Lightbox. I will never, ever, 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 ever do a review in a toy in a Lightbox ever again. It's extremely difficult. I don't know how people can do that. I can't shoot video that way. It's very constricting. You have a camera over your shoulder. It feels very unnatural. I don't like shooting video that way. That's not how I shoot video. And it's funny, if you watch some of my old videos I did close to over 3 years ago, you'll definitely see a difference in style, how I've gained experience and knowledge and confidence when I do my YouTube videos. It's how I do things. XM Studios. Never heard of XM Studios. Let me take a look at them real quick here. Hey, I've said it before. If you ever want me to review stuff about your designer, send stuff to me, dude. If you want me to review stuff, I will plug your stuff all day and every day. I am a publicity whore when it comes to things like that. I hate to use that word, but I am. I love putting my name out there. Uh, oh, cool! I see your stuff right here. They have this. Looks like a Venom for XM Studios. I'm assuming they have a nice Batman here, right there. I already plugged your stuff, dude. Which stuff did I plug? Let me know. If I plugged it, cool. I have no problem doing packaging. I have no problem doing things like that. I mean, this one looks great. Nice Megatron. Cool, dude. If you want me to review it, let me know. As I mentioned before, I'm a publicity whore. I will always review stuff. If you want to do a sponsor deal, if you want me to review something, you want to do a giveaway, you let me know. That's how I do things. I always do things like that. I try to get people's name out there. Again, since my channel is small, I only have 1,800 subs, as you see in the corner over here. But as I said before, this number is very misleading. I don't really have 1,800 subs. It's more like probably 1,000. It's not 1,800. I have a ton of dead subs. I did everything I possibly could to grow my brand, and it was a very aggressive strategy I took. In my opinion, too aggressive. I wish I could take a step back and could have fixed a lot of things that I did back years ago that I now know that was stupid to do. But yeah, so I mean, I'm a small channel and I'm there for the little guy. I don't get monetization. Every single time you see a video go up, no one's putting money in my pocket. I'm doing that because I enjoy doing it. I enjoy the craft. I have fun doing it. What you think you did wrong? The problem is I grew my channel too fast. I did everything I possibly could to get my name out there. I used a thing called the amino community, which, if you're not familiar, amino groups are literally, you can find them for any type of thing out in the world. If you're looking for, I'll bring it up here so you can kind of see what amino looks like. It's an app you could download. Um, Literally, it's any type of topic or group that you want. So if you want, let's say, wrestling, they got wrestling. You want The Office, you can get The Office. Hopefully you can get it. Dorkside, YouTuber, Star Trek, The Office, Scooby Doo. You can pretty much find any type of community there. And I did a lot of sub for sub stuff. That stuff that you hear people say sub for sub is bad. It absolutely is bad because what you're literally doing is getting a tick. You're getting a number added to your subscriber count, but the people aren't watching your stuff. And I did a lot of aggressive stuff like that to try to build my brand. The problem is you have no watch time. Since people aren't watching your stuff, it's a dead number. It's not helping grow your channel. It's not helping you move your name and your brand out there. So it's a very bad tactic to use. It's something I would not recommend doing. I would grow your brand inherently and organically through your content. Absolutely. I'd rather have 100 people watching me and watch every single video I have than have 1,000 people watch me and only watch a couple. Absolutely. 100%. 100 couldn't say any better myself. 100%. Um, that's how it works, and that's how you have to grow your stuff. Again, I took a very aggressive approach to trying to grow my brand. I thought, you know what? I'm going to make this as a second job. I'll make this a part-time job. I shoot video at that time when I was doing it. I was shooting it 3 times a week. It was Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. I did it pretty dead on the money all the time. I would do it, but the biggest problem I was running into was, refresh the page here, was I couldn't keep the schedule going. I burned myself out. I took the approach about a year and a half ago to try to do streaming. The problem was the streaming was okay. I was trying to get my monetization back, but it didn't work the way I wanted it to work. And the biggest problem I was running into is that people really wouldn't watch the streams. So I figured, you know what? I'm not going to do streaming. I'll do it every once in a while for things like this, like a sporadic event, a New York Comic Con, a San Diego Comic Con, a Dragon Con, Emerald City Comic Con. These big events. I did a stream, for example, when McFarlane Toy stuff was spoiled. If you're not familiar, the McFarlane Toys line got spoiled about 2 months ago. I did a full stream about that as well, and they had screenshots, and it was a website that kind of broke the news. It was a whistleblower that kind of broke the news very, very quickly about the new releases. And it's going to be a 7-inch line. A lot of people had concerns about it. There's a collect and connect inside of it. So I don't know what to make of it. It could be just BS, but there's been a lot of talk about it. That stream went up. I said that was a good stream. When Toys R Us folded, I did a stream for that one. When the Funko boxes for all the Funkos were gone, for their subscription boxes, Marvel, DC, Disney, and Star Wars, all 4 boxes, when they stopped doing that, that was a stream. Usually it's important points. I would make a stream. I did it every week, every Monday at 9 p.m. But I decided now I'm going to pull away from streams and concentrate on my content. Cool. If you live in the U.S., that's good, dude. I know the ones in Canada are still kicking. They've talked about bringing back as Jeffrey's Toy Shop as a rebranded Toys R Us. Smaller size. They're going to be buying stuff sort of a la carte. Buying the stuff, and then they don't get charged until they sell it. Yep, you're in Canada. I figured as much. Yep. So I do know. But if you, like I said, Phil, if you do want to send anything to me, you're more than welcome to. About my channel, I've always have my P.O. Box. I'll put it up again just in case anybody wants to send anything. It's always listed right there. Right there's my P.O. Box, my card. It's in the about portion of my channel. Every single time I put a video up, in the details about it, it's always my P.O. Box. So if anybody wants to send anything to me, you're more than welcome to. Not a problem. Hey, turn them on to my channel. Let them know about me. Like I said, I'm always willing to advertise for people, especially if it's a company that's an independent company that's not like your big Mattel or your big, DC or your, any of those big companies, Sideshow, McFarlane Toys. If you're a small knit company, I'm the guy that I have no problem advertising for a company like that. It's free press to you anyway. So that's what I like doing. But thank you, Phil Pop and OMG, for coming into the chat tonight. We didn't have a whole lot of people, but that's fine. Cool, dude. No problem, man. Enjoy yourself. Thanks for coming into the chat tonight. If you wanted to take a look at this stream, you could take a look at it as video on demand. It does go up in probably about 15-20 minutes after I cut the stream. We've been doing it for 1 hour. I want to thank everybody who came into the stream tonight. Remember to always follow me on my channel on YouTube at Rook Geek Goodness. You can always follow me on social media. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. I think I'm on Twitter as Geek Rook, I believe, if you find me there. You can take a look. I'm always there as well. I'm always posting content to that as well. So I want to thank everybody who came into the chat tonight. We're going to be ending it tonight here at 10 o'clock. I want to thank everybody. So I'll be cutting the stream in 3, 2, 1. Take care, guys, and bye-bye.